thought it was credited for being pretty clear in his message. Some of his critics said it was a little late. What did you make of that speech?
I thought it was a great speech, and he's been very supportive about Israel. But I don't agree with him on everything. Like, for example, I was public and I said that I don't think we should be withholding any kind of munitions, and I think we need to send them.
Listen to the tone this faker has adopted. Remember how he talked in the past during his campaign rallies? Now he's talking all like respectfully while he's on Fox News. Yeah, the complete turncoat, man. I don't know if it was the brain damage or if it was like a plan from the beginning. But yeah, all of that like, yeah, man, I'll wear a hoodie because I've got better things to focus on. Bullshit. Just like out the window. But then he affects the civility when talking to the right. I think the money got to him. Yeah, you think like AIPAC like bought him out or something?
Immediately, of course, Israel is in this kind of a war, and I have no conditions. I never have, and I can't imagine I ever will.
Do you think the U.S. support for Israel, he said today it was ironclad, but if they are slow walking these arms sales, how can you say both things?
Yeah, well, like I said, I do think the president has stood with Israel, but we have disagreed on issues like that, and like that today, I was very popular today that I said, look, we really need to send them. If there should be any kind of conditions, it should be on Hamas and its enablers and its benefactors.
Do you support Israel going into Rafah?
Well, I follow Israel on that. I mean,
dude. You treason. God, it's dude, like every like paranoid right-wing fear of the government officials being like cucked or like bought out by other governments, and meanwhile like just like fully half of our legislators are like, yeah, no, like I worship Israel, I serve Israel before the United States, even I follow Israel. Insane thing to say. As a senator. He is literally a golem. Oh shit, you're right.
They would know the situation more than I do. And I'm always trying to center this to people where it's like Hamas could, well, they started this, they did this kinds of terrible things, and this could end right now if they send all those hostages back home and they could surrender and all the, but they clearly don't care about all the Palestinian death and chaos and damage. In fact, that's the way they designed that.
Okay, that might actually have anti-Semitic connotations. It's not anti-Semitic connotations. A golem is a Jewish creature summoned to defend the... It's not anti-Semitic. Haven't the Israeli government officials made, like, invoked plenty of biblical language in their genocide of the Palestinians? Yeah, it's a Jewish lore creature, yeah. I remember reading a picture book. No, I wasn't reading it. I was watching a Jacob Geller video on it. Where he was talking about a picture book that told the story of how there was like, there kept being pogroms in a Jewish neighborhood. So a rabbi raised a golem, and the golem tried to peacefully protect them. But then like they couldn't peacefully protect them anymore. So the golem killed like everyone. And the whole thing was about like the humanity of the golem. Golems are actually super cool. Yeah, they are. It's a pretty cool like folk story, Yeah, the classic narrative, the Golem of Prague, involves Judah Lo ben Bezalel, the 16th century rabbi of Prague, who reportedly created a golem out of clay from the banks of the Vltava River and brought it to life through rituals and Hebrew incantations to defend the Prague ghetto from anti-Semitic attacks and pogroms. Wait, I thought we were talking about Golem from Lord of the Rings. Oh my god, guys. Good lord. Depending on the version of the legend, the Jews in Prague were either to be expelled or killed under the rule of Rudolf II, Holy Roman Emperor. The golem was called Joseph? It's Yosef, right? And was known as Yosele. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. Yosele? He was said to be able to make himself invisible and summon spirits from the dead. Rabbi Lowell deactivated the golem on Friday evenings by removing the Shem before the Sabbath began, so as to let it rest on Sabbath. That's nice. One Friday evening, he forgot to remove the Shem and feared the golem would desecrate the Sabbath. A different story tells of the golem fell in love. The rabbi managed to pull the Shem from his mouth and immobilize him in front of the synagogue, where the golem fell to pieces. Stored in the attic, where he would be restored to life again if needed. He hesitated, came down trembling, fighting to react to the original warning. According to legend, the body of Rabbi Lo's golem still lies in the synagogue's attic. Well, that'd be cool. When the attic was renovated in 1883, no evidence of the golem was found. Well, yeah, obviously. Whatever. A recent legend tells of a Nazi agent ascending to the synagogue attic, dying under suspicious circumstances thereafter. If only. If only.
That Israel actually cares about minimizing those civilian deaths, but
I don't understand, how does this relate to Fetterman? Fetterman looks like a golem. He looks like a giant hulking behemoth sculpted out of clay. Though the golem in the Jewish myth, as I understand it, was like a loving and caring creature of dubious humanity, who is meant to be a sympathetic figure. The only thing that Fetterman has going in that line is that he's of dubious humanity. The rest of it doesn't really track. So
Hamas sees that as just their own kinds of collateral damage.
nice, got him, got his ass. The hazard isn't the notion of a golem as fact anti-Semitic. It's the conflation of Jewish mythology with defense of Israeli crimes. This would be like disallowing yourself from making jokes about Christianity when talking about the Crusades or something. Like, it's a Jewish state, so they call it. I don't think that means they're responsible for all Jews. I don't think it's anti-Semitic to invoke like Jewish mythology when the Jewish state screams as they do something that they're defending with like Jewish biblical references. You know, like I don't think that's anti-Semitic. Does this mean it's okay to make fun of Islam? Yes. Like yes, all the time. I still call the thingy the Minecraft cube because I don't give a shit. Yeah, constantly. I do all the time. Also, but saying the golem isn't making fun of Judaism. Lily Krem, it's genuinely complicated and difficult to find a direct line on it. All I know is that this isn't like on it, you know. Ohio lawmakers fail to pass plan to get Biden on ballot. What happens now? Yeah, what the fuck is going on with this? Ohio lawmakers on Wednesday failed to advance a plan to put Joe Biden on the November ballot, a development that underscored bitter divisions among Republicans who control the legislature. Yeah, apparently there was some like technical bureaucratic fuck-up, and Biden's not on Ohio's general election ballot for some reason. Governor Mike DeWine said Biden will still make the ballot whether he gets through the legislature or the courts. He's going to be put on the ballot. It would be insane if he wasn't. It would be considered like an actual coup, you know? It would be an actual coup, you know. It's yeah. A technicality is the fuck up has happened many times before, but this is the first time the legislature is being a bitch about it. Yeah, because the legislature is Republican and they're trying to do a coup. They're trying to use literally any like insane edge case opportunity they can get to try to stop Biden from winning in 2024. Isn't this similar to what Colorado did with Trump? No, Colorado's court, their Supreme Court, ruled that he could be deemed ineligible as a consequence of being an insurrectionist. In this case, it was like a bureaucratic fuck-up that the Republicans are refusing to correct. We see once again that politicians and the politics and playing games this piece of legislation ruled the day, Russo said. I think we've officially sunk lower than Alabama at this point. Whoa! Taking shots. Taking shots. Imagine being worse than Alabama. You could be Mississippi, I suppose. I feel like election talk has gone down the last few months. Why is that? Calm before the storm. Isn't the storm a thing anti-Semite conspiracists say? The phrase, the calm before the storm, is not anti-Semitic, I promise you. The storm you're thinking of is the QAnon, the storm. But there are other... Storms have been invoked in multiple phrases and sayings, such as the calm before the storm, which came from boats. I was referring to it as a joke. Well, that's the devil's game that you play when you make a wry joke in the chat of an autistic streamer. You know, you never know what I'm gonna get or not get. You know, might check your comment out and think you're being serious. You know, who knows? Who knows what could happen after that? Get banned from chat, get banned in real life. Who knows?